Yo, let's see. Can you hear me? Yo, hold on. Yo, can you hear me? Can you hear me? You can't hear me? You can't hear me?
All right, what about now? Yeah, the chip. You sound a little high actually. Hmm. Yeah, now a little bit higher. A little bit lower, just a share. Yes. Yeah. No, Hey guys, Cognito is testing his traveling mic. Go ahead and talk, Cognito. Uh, all right, talk again.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy,
Just want to know how
Lord
it
God.
sounds. He's not going to be on the show, just to clarify.
Mhm.
He just wants to know how the actual the mic sounds because he's got to do
It's
other stuff
Lord
while he's gone.
Cogniticus. Give me the levels. Let me know the levels.
He says it sounds good.
All right, let's see. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
they're
listening
saying it
back
sounds
on it.
good.
That's what's up. Oh, I see y'all in there. Flash Gordon, only expert flame up in there. Johnny Dirt Hands, no doubt. Okay, okay. That's what's up.
Yeah,
So y'all chat talking. Y'all got
I put
PlayStation.
your
What's up?
I put the camera on there too, so you can see your camera
Yeah, I
probably.
see. You got PlayStation price increase. Oh, this is a little good show. I got to record Duke. It's a good show to be on. What's up, Flay? Pay, what's up? What's going on? Anyway, yeah, y'all get a little preview. You know what I'm saying? You get a little exclusive for the joint. Secret DLC cognito for a few hours, limited time.
Your NFT.
Yeah, I'm NFT right now.
I might not want to say
Flame said,
NFT.
"Addict, raise yourself a little." Come on, only on Xbox. Don't do that.
Raise myself. Do I sound? I don't
Sound a
sound.
little. I think you're just talking low.
Oh
That's all
yeah,
it is.
I'm not. I wasn't talking
Yeah.
loud at all. See, what's funny
Mhm.
is like naturally I don't talk loud, so
Yeah.
it's just like, and I think it's just Grace always tells me you don't raise your voice a lot. It's like because I
Yeah,
don't
you
need to
talk
raise
really
my
low.
voice. Like,
Yeah, you really. That's all it is. No doubt.
he
Listen,
can't.
I want to join the show.
He got to defining Duke. He's
I
got to
got
give you
Duke.
guys content in a couple
Yeah,
days.
man. I'm technically on vacation, so to speak, but I got this PAX
You could
West.
up your volume. Okay, I'll up
I
it.
can up it.
No, I'm talking. He's talking.
Oh, okay. Sick. Oh, what's up, sick? Yeah, sick up in there. You know he gonna give
What's
me
is
the tech.
that sound better, guys? Let me
Oh
check
yeah, yeah,
my.
yeah, yeah.
Am I peaking? Do I sound fine?
I think if you yell or raise your voice, you might peak.
All right.
Right now,
Well,
you're perfect.
all right. Well, I'll just not raise my voice.
Yeah. If you keep it at your low tone, then you'll be fine. But I know how you get. But guys, you know these guys. And when you start going on your rant, that's when your
Yeah,
shit goes
but
up.
then I'll just turn it down. It's so hard to like manage everyone's expectations. Like I can only do so much.
I feel you.
There's
What
dirt.
else going on? Say what's up to Dirt before I bounce.
Yo, what's up, homie?
What's going on? Quality control. Got to see if you behaving. I was. Yeah, IOP quality control. What's going
Yeah,
on there?
man, hey.
Too much TTS in here. What's going
man,
on?
a lot of TTS going on.
Just so the chat knows, Cog does not dictate my show. I can be as messy as I want to.
Quality control on the network. I got to just make sure.
Cog might pop up through here and say, as long as I ain't being too much, we good. We good.
This your show, bro. You run it how you run it.
Yeah, but if I started calling people,
yeah, but if you start wilding, then you gotta get you in the HR and start talking about what we doing.
I could just see now. Did you really? Yeah, I'm sorry, Cog. I don't know what happened, man. Like,
call some people some POSs. Like, hey, POSs.
Dirt. I just
POS
wake up,
of the week.
Having Addict as your man is like you wake up, you be like, all right, who we beefing with now?
Hey, I haven't really beefed with anyone in a while, so I've been. I've been.
When you got King and Addict as friends, you just don't know who to beef with. So I'm like, all right. I guess
like you never know.
Yeah, you don't know.
I guess I'll never know.
Like, what beef have I inherited today?
Exactly.
So
I'll let y'all get to it.
Yeah, King will be here momentarily.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's gonna be late. Y'all gonna have a late. Yeah. I can't go stay for this show. I gotta do King, damn.
He's upset we're not having IOP this week, and he wants to get his bars off. So he's like, I guess we'll do it on the Addict show.
Oh yeah,
that makes sense.
To say. I'm assuming PlayStation.
Oh, that's half the show. That's half the show.
I already know what it's going.
We might dabble. There's King right there. Yeah.
What do we have here? I want to stay for you to come in for. I'm doing quality control on the network.
Hey, this ain't your shit.
Too much goonery going on.
Nah. The Ray Trace twins is in the building.
I don't like this, man. I don't like this.
Get out of here, Cog. Somebody hit the boot button.
All you have to do is
listen.
Hold on, Cog. This for you. Hey.
That's funny, man.
You, Jim. You're on vacation. Get up out of here.
That's funny.
Listen, when we report y'all to HR, y'all violating rules.
Yeah. Give me the violation. Red flag on me. It's about to get disgustingly messy.
I said, have an Addict and Cog as your bros. I wake up like, all right, who we beefing with now?
Oh man, these dudes done did some shit.
You know what's funny? I was telling Dirt. It's like sometimes, man, sometimes stuff just happens, man. It can't help it, man. Sometimes stuff just happens.
It's inevitable,
who
man.
Saw Ragnarok? Who saw Ragnarok?
What happened real quick? Because I ain't see it. I just
Right. Yo, so listen, I got the real God. There's a Greek god. There's a female god. I got the real god. This is what she look.
Will the real God please stand up?
This is what she looked like, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh wow. Okay.
They said, nah, let's blackface that.
Oh man.
Are we doing this? We doing this?
No, I'm not. Yo, listen. On God, I'm not. All right. I just finished watching Andrew Tate's whole story. So
Big Cloud, what up?
my man,
Hey,
Big.
what up real quick before I bounce?
So your flight and everything good? You good, right?
Yeah, everything good. Everything
Good.
I was just making sure that the travel bike was lit. And then I got to do Duke now. And then I figured, you know what? Let me holler. You know what I'm saying? Real quick.
Bottled water.
Yeah. I'm crashing after this.
Don't do them because they're going to try to do you like they did Jordan.
All right, there we go. Y'all hear me now,
Oh,
right?
they gonna give me the sick. They gonna start sending me the bad pizza.
Yeah, remember what they did to my man?
Yeah, they did that to Mike.
Scotty had to have that lean on me. They still put the waxing in.
Let y'all get to it, boys.
I'm officially over.
Alrighty, Cog.
Let's be real here. Cog popped in, saw King, saw the chat, saw the topics. It was like, I gotta leave.
Messy.
I can't be part of this.
No, he better not be
you
part
got
of
the
this.
super chat from Let Me Play With Your Joystick, $5.
Oh, my
Who is this off-brand King David who has replaced my Saul?
Hello.
And on that note, it's all y'all. I'm out.
I'm on the podcast, Zachary.
Oh God. Well, hello.
All right. Bye-bye. Jeez. All right.
Oh God.
What's going on, you
man.
guys? I got to change the boxes again. Can't have people coming in and out. But yeah, it won't take too much. What's going on, guys? We don't got dirt long, so we're gonna go ahead and skip the formations, man. We're gonna get into the show. Got a $2 super chat from the Angry Therapist MD TTS.
Let's
Shout
go.
out to you, man. And then obviously got the let me play with your joystick with the $5 super. Who is that off-brand King David who has replaced my Saul? Okay, I'm not going to even address that. So what's going on, you guys?
Was he talking about me? Is he talking about me?
I don't know if he's talking about you or Big Cloud.
I know he ain't
okay?
talking about my Ray Trace twin brother.
I don't know, man. But we going to see it right past that. What's going on, you guys? It's the Addict Show where we talk about the past, present, and future of gaming. I got Dirt Griggity here. What's going on, Dirt Griggity?
What's up, man? I told you I was gonna try my best to make it. I'm here. I can't say the whole show, but I'm gonna try to stay as long as I can.
Okay.
Let's go, baby.
Then we got Big Cloud Gaming. What's going on, Big Cloud?
Yes, sir. Just turned 30. I'm chilling. What's up?
Oh,
30.
man, happy birthday,
I'm
sir.
about to turn
Thank you.
31. So
Yo,
I'm jealous.
I turned 30. The PS3 just came out.
Yo. I want you right now to look at your knees. This is the last great years of those joints.
Tell him. Hey, for real.
And if
I'm
you
gonna
play
tell you, hey,
basketball,
I stubbed my toe. I already felt it. You already
yeah,
know.
if you play basketball, then you got 5 more years.
Yeah, man.
Then we got
That is facts.
we got King David from the Iron Lords podcast combing his beard. I don't know why he's doing it like that.
Because you know what? Right before you get it, it's like LeBron. You know how LeBron like, now this is just what I do. I grease my beard up. Pause.
So
Oh man.
obviously,
Let's go.
we got a stacked show for you guys. People want us to talk a little bit about the Deathloop. We'll talk about that later because I think that's probably one of the lesser things. We got the PlayStation price increase. Obviously, we're gonna talk about that, and then we got the PlayStation buying more studios. And I'm gonna ask King, does anyone care? And then we got Xbox Family Plan. We're gonna go into that a little bit. Since Dirt, man, since you leave in a little bit, which one you want to do? What's the one you want to talk about?
Hey, man. I mean, listen, we might as well get it out the way, right?
Okay.
Let's talk about this price increase. It's been a hot topic for the last week, and it's starting to fade a little bit.
Oh boy, I'm sweating. Papa Molly, I'm sweating.
Oh man, let's just talk about it, man.
All right. So Dirt, For those of you that's been sitting under a rock, there is this thing going on right now where PlayStation has, they low key have dropped some stealth increases. Now look, did they come out and inform people? Yes, it was 3 a.m, so I'm assuming some people didn't see that. All I'm telling you is I didn't see it. I act dumb when I go in there and see that
bank account
increase
got
on.
I saw it.
The good thing right now is it has been increased in certain regions. North America is not one of those regions. We're going to keep that in mind. So, Dark Gurgity, what's your thought process on this amazing day for Xbox fans?
The audacity. No, I'm joking. Listen, God, like first off, Addict said it. They dropped it 3 o'clock in the morning. You know how you get up, take a piss in the middle of the night. Big Cloud, you probably about to start experiencing that soon. You got to piss in the middle of the night.
Started last night.
Oh. So, take a piss, come back in the bed, look at the phone. Saw my DM, saw my WBZ DM. My boy Shaun is in the UK, so it's 8 o'clock in the morning for him. I said, wait a minute. I had to kind of wipe the boogers out my eyes a little bit. Does this say what I think it says? No way are they really raising the price. So after I saw that, I didn't go back to sleep.
Yo, Dirt, tell me that wasn't one of those moments where you like, this can't be real. Like this can't be real. Someone is trolling me. Someone is putting, like, I have gotten one of those things where someone has mimicked an account and they put like the little clock to mimic a check mark, and they're trolling the internet. But it wasn't a troll. It's real.
It wasn't a troll. And look, I had to make sure because it was quiet. It was 3 o'clock in the morning, so a lot of the people in the States wasn't up yet. We had some people overseas that was obviously up. Then I saw it was official PlayStation, and not just that. Your boy King, your boy wrote the blog. Yes. Your boy wrote the blog. I said, "Well, listen. Now, at the end of the day, they're doing what they have to do, right? Yeah. They're doing what they have to do.
They don't have to do that. So we ain't gonna sit there. Don't you dare do that. Not to do.
Hey, I'm trying to be nice. Okay,
tell your story. Just tell your story.
Okay, they're making their decision.
Dirt. In case you ain't noticed, Cog has left the building. All right.
That's right. Okay.
This is equivalent. This is equivalent. This is
the principal left, right? The principal's right.
This is equivalent of being that night staff where you don't have to see the management. Okay.
Yeah, you look. So I was in awe. I couldn't believe it. Now we heard, we know a couple weeks ago they were asked about it and they said no comment. But I just didn't think that they would really raise the price. Hey, I'm 45 years old. I've seen every console generation. I don't remember one console going up in price after 2 years. Is it me? I don't remember that.
Cog's like, I'm still watching you.
I don't see nothing, man. We don't. We see we don't see color. We don't see color. He ain't there. He ain't there. We don't see color.
We can't foresee that there.
I got my eye on you.
Yo, but I'm gonna tell you, Dirt. I'm a little bit older than you, and that's correct, sir.
Okay, thanks. I just wanted to make sure. Sir. I just wanted to make sure.
This is the only console manufacturer that has pulled this crap twice. In 2014, they did a stealth increase in Canada. On the PlayStation 4.
King has used Google for this week.
Oh, no, I didn't use Google. I have my sleuths in the streets. But sir, I'm gonna allow you to keep on elaborating because I'm going to break it down in such a sinister manner, and I'm gonna tell you how disgusting these practices are and exactly what we should look out for and why they are doing it.
I'm very interested to hear your take, but I'm just gonna say this: the arrogance, the things that they've done this generation so far.
I love that word.
Understand
that word, the audacity.
The audacity of those SOBs. Now, look, I understand some things they're doing this generation. Some PlayStation fanboys is okay with anything they do. But, from $70 games to, like what's some of the other stuff they did this
$70 for accessories.
Accessories. I'm missing something.
With no real benefits.
I'm missing something. What am I missing? Damn it.
You mean the PS5 tax?
Oh yeah, the PS5 tax. You know, there's so much stuff
you to play
they've
the
done.
system.
$70 for the same
this
game you
this
played last year?
generation. Let's be honest, guys. You guys say it all the time. Every generation is different. Every generation is different.
And the goalpost moves, yeah.
And the moves, and you can't automatically assume because you're dominating. You know, you dominated last generation. You're still selling well this generation. You can't assume that fans won't say, hey, you know what? I don't, you know, we don't have to kiss y'all ass no more because listen, there are millions of people that haven't upgraded yet. They're still on the PS4 and the Xbox One.
How many?
Millions.
But they don't need to know because everything they do because they believe in generations.
Hold on, real quick. Let me get this real quick before we gotta. Well, this is how strong this man's is on the internet right now. We got $1 super chat from Andrew Tate.
Oh my God.
Listen, they don't need to upgrade. They believe in generations, the last generation.
Listen, bro. I love The Last of Us, but they re-bleached. They re-bleached The Last of Us and sold it for $70 and said you're gonna buy it, and those guys are gonna buy it.
I'm not gonna lie though,
and they did buy it.
I'm not gonna lie.
By the way,
it
Last of Us remake.
It looks good.
It looks good. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, you gonna get
it, right? And I'm not. This is no cap on it at all.
Kofi got it early, and he said there was no real change.
No, it's not.
Graphically, it looks great. It looks like The Last of Us 2, though.
Yeah, it's a more.
It could have been done on the PS4, though, right?
Already. That's all it is. It's more polished.
But that's all I wanted for because
$70.
I don't have the old copy, or maybe I do, of The Last of Us, and I want it at the 60 frames per second. At 120 frames per second, you play. 120 frames. It's something like a input of 40. If you play it at 120 hertz, is 40 frames per second. But regardless to what, the work that is put into it, because I just watched Digital Foundry, right? Mm-hmm. And the work that is put into it, is it worth $70? No, it'll be a Black Friday special on the kid. You know that'll happen.
It's $20 too much. That's what I look at.
But it's something that I would own, right? Yeah. And I think the Metascore of the game actually reflects the consensus around everyone.
It's not even a complete project. You're missing the multiplayer.
Sorry, Dirk. I do.
I don't think the quality of the game is the question right now.
Yeah.
Because yes, the game graphically looks better. It looks like The Last of Us 2, in my opinion, which looks amazing. But like Big Cloud just said, taking out the multiplayer. And still charging 70, I think is, they're showing they don't give a damn about what people think this generation. Their PlayStation, they're gonna do what they want to do. And look, everybody know I'm a bot, but I enjoy the PlayStation brand. I do. I'm just being honest about it. But at the same time, I remember them in the PS3 generation, at least the beginning of the PS3 generation. Some of that arrogance is kind of leaking a little bit, man. I mean, that's just my opinion. It's leaking a little bit. And listen, man, they're still like they're dominating. They're selling great. But I'm just saying, everything is not set in stone. Things can change. People can change their feelings. And them casuals still haven't upgraded yet. And the casuals, they're not brand loyal like us.
Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, because there's nothing to upgrade for. There's absolutely no reason to do said things. Mm-hmm. And to have the arrogance to believe that a TV show will make somebody run out and pay over $700 it's arrogance within itself. It's at the highest level. A TV show is not going to equate to extra sales. It won't. Yeah. It will equate to sales on existing customers. Mm-hmm. That's what might happen. But those customers are already in your ecosystem. Mm-hmm. So for them not to know your biggest titles, it screams of arrogance. The unmitigated gall of these individuals.
So I thought you were going to bring up Marvel. I thought they just spend a little too much time on Marvel because now Marvel just called lightning in a bottle with the TV shows and it's other characters. So.
But it's different. It's a different thought process when it goes into this. For 2 years, for 2 years, these dudes did console revisions. For 2 years, stealthily revised the hardware, giving you cheaper material, lightening up the product. The product's still the same size.
Yep.
right?
That's why that
But
Slim's coming eventually.
But they're taking stuff out of the product and they're giving you an inferior product and raise the price on an inferior product. This is where the sinister part comes in, right? Because they give you the thought process on the casual consumer going into the store looking for a PlayStation 5 is saying, okay, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to get. They have absolutely no idea. This is not the same product that you were seeking in the beginning. Why is this product $50 more? Because they became the scalpers. Like Addict said before, they've looked at the scalpers and they said the scalpers is making all this bread.
And yep.
Let's start making more money off of these scalpers, right? Let's start making money off of these territories that we are winning in. The most disgusting part about this is you're already winning in these territories.
Yeah.
But the territory that you're having the most trouble in, so now I'm not gonna raise those prices.
Yeah.
That's like it's like winning a war.
Raise it there.
That's like winning a war, and instead of doubling down on the army in these territories, like you're playing civilization, you're just gonna raise the taxes. Like
absolutely disgusting. Then they do these practices with the games. They're actually penalizing the PlayStation 5 owner by charging them to use the features that you featured. Like, you told them the haptic feedback in the controller
was must have. It changed the experience. Yep.
And the crazy
part, $10 more.
$10 more.
The crazy part is like they're doing like underhand shading marketing too. Like, you know, when you buy an Xbox game right now, go to the store. It's literally one Xbox game is everything. They even started promoting Xbox 360 games, bringing them back, calling them Xbox One games, because technically it's on the backwards compatibility list. But you can go to the store and you'll buy a PS4 game, and they won't tell you that you can upgrade it for free, and the charges will be different in the store. So you can get Horizon, which is an actual $60 game, and if you didn't know no better, you wouldn't know to buy the PS4 version, just get the natural upgrade for free to the PS5 version. You would just spend the extra $10 to get the PS5 version, because your mindset's like, I bought this PS5, I guess I want the PS5 version. That's why I said, like,
they're not telling you, right?
Yeah, me and King had a conversation months ago. PlayStation is penalizing you for early adopting their console. The people that went out there, they sat in those lines, they bought this. They bought the scalped versions of them for $1,000 plus. They are penalizing them people for making sure they had their platform in the first year of its life cycle, and you still see it happening now. Now it's like,
the worst thing they're doing, sorry for cutting you off, they're penalizing the early adopter.
Yep.
And now they're penalizing the dude that waited.
Yeah.
You waited for the sale. Like, you waited for the sale.
Waited for the sale.
This is 2 years.
Yeah, and there's no guarantee you'll get one still.
Hell no.
And
there's no guarantee. So you can wait in line, sign up for this newsletter for PlayStation. There's no guarantee you will get your hands on a PS5.
And notice, King, they did it right before holiday.
No.
Right before
to hell with
holiday.
that. To hell with that.
No.
To hell with that part. This is
say?
the most disgusting part about it. They raised the price. Now you see the consoles popping up.
Oh,
Exactly.
Facts, bro.
Exactly.
I didn't even think
by the
about
way,
that, King.
Speaking about
I
that,
didn't think about that.
Speaking about that, King. You notice how the consoles that's really stocking up, right? Are the 500, the 500 model.
Yeah.
Where's the slim, or should I say the digital? Where's the digital?
They didn't make, bro.
We talked to Forte on IOP last week, and he said, like, from his experience, obviously he doesn't control every GameStop, but he manages the GameStop, and he said for every one PS5 regular digital version, there's 5 PS5 bulk versions that have the disc tray in it. And what's funny is, not only did they raise that price point, they have these Horizon bundles that you can only realistically buy. Like, when you actually go to buy the PS5 from, like, the little Q thing they have on their website, they don't offer you regular PS5s. They offer you Horizon bundles for $550. And guess what they go? Guess what they go?
Extra controller.
Guess what they're gonna do in a year, King? We sold 5 million plus Horizons.
Yeah.
Like,
when they did it with the
20
Ratchet
million.
and Clank, they're going to do they did
now
it with
imagine
Horizon.
imagine the price on top of these bundles.
Yeah, it's a very slimy practice from what I'm seeing, and I don't think this is how you reward your dudes that's sitting at the PC or that's going down to the stores and waiting. There, I saw the Mighty Keith. He did something that had me almost pee on myself. You know, the dude went inside the store and he saved up. He had the skit. The dude saved up his money, went inside the store, and he was like, "Yo, I got the newsletter. They told me that you got it. You know, the email. I'm here for it." And the dude's like, "What? What you want?" The store clerk, and he's like, "Well, the PlayStation 5. They said you have it." He said, "Yeah." He brought it out the box. He was like, "Here you go." And he was like, "Yeah, here you go. That's $550. You know, with the tax." And he was like, "Nah, B." He's like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, he took that back. And the next dude was like, I got that money. And he sold the joint in front of his face, and the guy had a meltdown. I'm just saying, these practices, I've never seen this in console history, to be honest with you.
Never.
That an old model, and this is the new model. The new model, revised model with less stuff inside, is selling more than the actual model that it replaced.
Absolutely, never seen it.
Self replacement,
and dudes justifying it, saying that it's an expensive hobby. Oh, you're a broke boy, you can't afford a PlayStation.
Why are they gonna shame you?
Why are we getting shamed?
That's
why I don't get it.
I'm sorry. All I
see, hey, King,
is just dudes. That's all. These dudes, man.
Hey, King, man, you said something that I didn't even think about. After this price increase, all of a sudden you're starting to see more PlayStation 5s available now.
Yeah. I saw them pop up in
I
Australia.
didn't think about that. Yeah, you're right, bro.
They popped up around my area, but my area don't count though.
It's like they contacted all these warehouses. Like, look, I know we just had a huge shipment for the holidays. Hold them suckers. We about to raise the price, man. I know you got 20 million about to go out there for holiday. Hold the majority of them. Let them have $1 million. And you know what? You know what? We want more money. So let's bundle on Horizon with that $1 million. Let's do that. Let's do that. GameStop wants, okay, give them $1 million. Because they're going to bundle a bunch of our shit on them too. Like, it's okay. We all going to win.
Imagine if these dudes is really Sony.
Oh my God.
If these dudes is really Sony and it was like, yeah, we go drop it when we raise the price, B. You don't want to go to StockX, or we gonna bring StockX to you.
Exactly.
Right. There you go.
Yo, King. Remember we talked? I said this on when y'all were live Saturday, but I dropped the super chat. But I was like, yo, notice how everybody has a degree all of a sudden something. For example, when they changed the internals, right, with the heat sink. Oh, dudes got degrees in thermodynamics, right? Then we got dudes got degrees in business when they're doing all this other stuff.
What was it? What they call it? Microeconomics.
Yeah, microeconomics. Now you got degrees in economics. Okay, if you got degrees in economics, you would know that if inflation was affecting PlayStation the way they said it was, we also would have got a price increase as well. It would have been a global price increase. Not areas where they're selling Xbox in 2 to 3.
That's the part. Exactly. That's
what does that tell you?
Yeah, exactly.
It's strategic.
But people like, oh no, it's they're doing that because the almighty US dollar is better. No, if it was really that was the case.
Look,
there's no such thing as that's enough money for a company. No, they will go for what they can get.
Absolutely.
No, hold on. Someone said there's it's not in color, but I'm breaking protocol.
No, we got color. We got a color.
I got the color, but let me get this Eric the Beard dude. Does Addict realize the rest of the world doesn't celebrate Christmas? Anyone want to tell him, look, I agree with you, but there's a lot of Hanukkahs around that time of the year. Like, there's a lot of stuff people celebrate around that time of the year.
The solstice. Like, I celebrate the solstice.
And not to mention, even though you don't celebrate Christmas around that time of the year, these companies are still going to assume you do, and you're still going to get the same deals. Let's stop acting like there's not deals to be made. Black Friday exists in a lot of countries. It might not be called Black Friday everywhere else, but it's the same concept still is everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me get these super chats real quick. We got a $2 super chat from the Angry Therapist MD, and they said smart delivery was fake. You know what? Coming back to think about that.
That's
don't get me started with that. It's a buzzword. Well, PlayStation does the exact same thing. It's a buzzword.
Quick resume. That's a buzzword too, right?
Yeah.
I can jump in my game a whole lot faster than that super SSD that you got. And my boy came over and he saw me do it and he said, "What the hell did you just do?" And I thought the PlayStation was faster. He said, I got it because the PlayStation was faster. I said, you a fast idiot. That's all you are.
Yeah.
I said, I got my PlayStation there too. I have not seen the speed that they talked about, but God bless.
You know what? One
Yep.
thing. Let me get this super
100%.
chat real quick. I do agree with you. Like that is probably. That's why I said you go to Walmart. There's one game. It doesn't matter what it is. You go to GameStop. There's like there's a PS4 version, PS4 Pro version. Like what's funny is the smart delivery was so crazy that I know people that were downloading the game and it was giving them the PS4 version and it was saying the PS5 version. So it's like, look, like at the end of the day, Xbox realized, look, we want to come out next generation swinging, and they were swinging. They were definitely swinging.
Yeah.
We got a file super chat from Iron Mike. Nah, we really gonna be nasty is when only temporarily drop the PS5 to the original price for Black Friday sales, and they go back up in January. No, and I even have one better for you, Iron Mike. They're going to eventually drop the price to the original price and act like we supposed to pat them on the back for that. So
Yeah. Like they're
something
gonna
else, man.
take
Like
the $50
PSVR.
off for Black Friday. You're gonna buy it at the original price. It's gonna go right back up. And then when they actually do a price cut, they're gonna cut. That's when they're gonna raise the price in the United States. When it's time for a price cut.
Hey, you know what's even more funny though? So the price hike happens after they announce the PlayStation Pro Edge controller.
Yeah.
And I have my thoughts, and I was okay. So that controller is probably gonna be like what 150, 180 type of thing. That damn thing's probably gonna be 200.
It's gonna be
when
$200.
it drops because they told me it comes with a charging case and all that. But I'm like,
Yeah.
it's not OG.
What about the
Xbox
VR?
is
Like, how
The
much is
VR
that
is
gonna
gonna be
be?
5. That's gonna be 500.
Easy,
Yeah, that's
easy,
five.
five,
That's
easy.
500.
Yeah.
I don't think
five.
it's 400. It's 500.
Yeah. I told dudes before, I thought that was gonna be, didn't I say $900 total?
You said like 900 because it would be like
Yeah,
used
with
on
the
PC.
console and the stuff like that. So I thought it was gonna be 900. It looked like it's a smooth 1K. It looked like a smooth 1K going in there.
1K. What bundles?
Well, that bundle, I don't, man.
Because you forgetting about that. You know that's going to happen.
Man.
They did it with the PS4, if I remember correctly. You got like a bundle with it, so I wouldn't be surprised. They
Well,
got something like
I'm
that.
gonna be able to pick mine up because a lot of these. First of all, I blame all you lazy dudes. All you lazy dudes that said I'm gonna sit next to the PC and I'm gonna order my joint and I'm gonna get it and it's gonna come in the mail, and you didn't want to actually go out and put out the work. You didn't want to go stand on the line. Oh, I can't take the day off from work. Oh, I got to spend time with my girlfriend. Oh, my bunions hurt. Oh, whatever excuses you came up with. This is exactly what you get right here. A head knock. Boom. This is you for sitting there thinking you wasn't gonna get a day. You was gonna get a day one by sitting at your PC. You didn't. Now you're sitting here and seeing exactly what Sony is doing to you. You thought you was gonna wait. Well, I get it later because it's not too much stuff out right now, and I get it later when there's a price drop. You woke up in the morning and said the price went up on the brick, and I see. I had the same story as Dirk. I got up to go pee because that's what old men do. We get up and go pee in the night. So my DMs is lit. I'm like, why the hell? I got like 20 messages on Twitter,
Right.
and it's all DMs. Usually that's like in the mentions.
Right.
I'm like, what? And they all send me the same thing. And then even the person that posted it send me a DM like, really? And I'm looking like, ugh.
all right,
And all they can say is, you got material for Sunday.
That's it.
let me address the chat. That was an attack on Eric the Beard. Chat, relax. You know, he was just giving his opinion. His opinion isn't wrong. I'm just saying that they target holidays for more than just Christmas. They target holidays because that's when people are
It's a
open
buying
to spending
season.
money like that. It's not necessarily about Christmas. That's why
Well,
I said
listen.
holiday.
Well, listen,
Friday.
that's the time when people get their bonuses. You get your bonuses at the end of the year. This is fiscal period, right? Y'all, now y'all want to talk business, right? You little microeconomic fake dudes. Y'all got businesses. Okay. Let me tell you.
So they got a degree in thermodynamics.
Yeah, right.
The heat sink inside the PlayStation is fortified around the CPU and it cools it off when it grabs its.
Anyway.
I'm like,
what
no.
I will tell you is, at the end of this is the reason why you get bonuses. It's the same reason why at the end of the year you tax dump. It's the same thing. It's a write-off. You look at your books, you see exactly where your books is at, and you say, listen, I got to be under a certain number in order to get this tax break here, or enable to get this benefit. So when you do file taxes the next season, the next fiscal period, because this is the end of that fiscal period, that's where the taxes come in at. You give everybody their bonuses. Mm-hmm. That's a book. That's off the books. Boom, 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 boom. Everything falls off the books. Then your high margin that you made in that year drops below that point where you would have been penalized. Mm-hmm. This is why the holidays happen.
King giving you
to get that money back.
King giving you knowledge. You use that to pay someone for a course
to go to school for, right? So
right.
Y'all think y'all winning, but what do y'all do anytime you get a bonus? You fools go out and give it right back to the corporations. Mm-hmm. So they see inflated sales numbers during this period of time because you have more cash to spend because the companies dump more money into the populace. This is exactly the reason why. It has nothing to do with some religious stuff and how you feel about the holidays and the solstice. We want to feel good about that. They fool us into believing that, but that's not the key. The key is actually it has everything to do revolving around the business, and the business is the key. So you're not wrong, Beard. Mike Tyson Beard. That's Mike Tyson Beard, right? Or whatever. Beard guy. Eric the Beard. You're not wrong. You're actually right. But the way they fool the consumer into believing that it's a holiday thing when it's more of a business thing.
Yeah.
It's like I said, I personally feel like when it comes to the price increase, I think that anyone that's believing this is purely for inflation reasons is delusional. No. If it was for inflation, absolutely. they would have increased it everywhere. Not
global.
Yeah, absolutely.
Global,
yeah. And what's funny is people are like, but Addict, they're competing and they actually have competition in North America. Okay. That's one of their highest selling margins. Like not increasing it in America is probably going to be the most, like, if it was truly for inflation, not increasing it in America is the most contradicting thing ever, because that's probably either their best-selling market or their second best-selling market. So you you go and then like, look, like we having really bad issues with inflation, costs are up, we need a raise everywhere. What about America? Not there. But that's literally probably 70% of our market. That's fine.
I can tell you something, the best deal in gaming when your entry-level price is higher than everybody else's. I just don't get it. I don't get that.
And it's all
not
around
even
the board.
Nintendo is increasing the price. And we know Nintendo do the most shady stuff in this industry. They sold you cardboard for $80 and dudes defended it. They sold you re-releases at up price.
And gave you a time limit to get it.
And no discounts.
Right. None. They never had discounts. I got a Wii U in there right now. I can sell for $500.
It's like Nintendo is the last person you would expect to be something like
they
this.
didn't up their price.
So
yeah, that's crazy.
Ending this conversation, I don't know how much longer we have, Dirt. I do want to ask you all, do you think the hubris is there enough where they might potentially get too full of themselves and repeat a PS3 generation? Dirt, what would you
happening now?
Like King said, I'm noticing it right now, man. Like this stuff, I mention all the time on my channel, on my podcast. This is stuff that we lived, right? When the PS3 came out, I just said I was Big Cloud Edge, just turned 30. We witnessed what happened with the PS3. Now, this is coming off of the PS2 generation. PS2 generation was absolutely incredible for them.
Yeah.
But my point is that, of course, we have our diehard PlayStation fanboys, our diehard Xbox fans, but at the same time, people will turn on you. We can't take for granted because it's the PlayStation, they dominate, that people won't say, hey, y'all done pissed me off. Because people, with that PS3 generation, the first few years, people wasn't rocking with the PS3, like besides the hardcore PlayStation guys. Even after the Wii, people wasn't rocking with that Wii U, bro. Like the Wii sold 100 million, the Wii U sold 13 million.
I was part of that.
So you wanted a 13 million.
I got the original.
So my point is, PlayStation better be very careful. Yes, they're a juggernaut in this industry. They make great exclusives. But at the same time, man, if you get on these people's bad side, and I mentioned if the casuals decide to go with Xbox Series S, Series X this generation, they're going to be in trouble. So they really need to be very careful because so far this generation, they've made some decisions that's pissing people off. And if you get to a point, well, I don't know, man. Like they're gonna have to really like it took them the whole PS3 generation to really get their stuff together. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mark Cerny helped them.
Yep.
Mark Cerny, yeah. But like even with the Xbox 360, people love the Xbox 360. Even throughout the Red Rings of Death, people still love the 360.
Yep.
Yeah,
Xbox One drop.
Years, it pushed Sony to the best peak they ever been, and we got some of the best bangers out of PlayStation at the time.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
That's what Sony needs. Like Sony's afraid of getting pushed back in the lockers like they were with the 360. That's what they're fearing. They need that type of competition though to get back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. How they've been acting, I actually feel like there's a strong chance that they screw themselves out of this generation.
This is the last.
It's definitely possible.
Because here's my thing. Okay, when it was just making people pay to access features that you promoted on your PlayStation, that's one thing. When it was just, doing the things where they were doing with the plans on the PlayStation Plus and Extra, they withholding the ability to buy those like they've had for years. And I get it. Like, look, people are finessing, but it's like, you knew that was going to happen. Like, you mean to tell me a multi-billion-dollar corporation didn't expect people to buy those by the dozens and just renew them? You mean to expect me to believe that? Like, they had every intentions on you buying these and limiting how you could use them. They had every intentions on it. There's no way a company like that doesn't understand that that's going to happen. Microsoft did, and they're like, look, if anything, I see that as you being part of my service for the foreseeable future. Do it. You can only do it once, but do it. And it's just like, and then you look at this where they're just raising prices when the reason to raising prices doesn't make sense. Like I said, if it was for inflation, it would have been globally, not just where they're losing, not just where they're winning. It would have been globally. And it's just like little things like this. And then you look at, we're going to talk about Last of Us Part 1. You see stuff where they are literally taking trophies out of games. They're taking. I saw this one thing where this dude kicked in. Joe at one point of the time kicked in a door and it shook the screen in the original one. It made all this loud noise, and it literally sounded so bad. There was no screen. It's like they're taking a reign, and it's like anything even remotely violent, we're gonna pull it back. And it's just like, if people think that they're gonna do something like this, bringing it back for a remake, you don't think they're going to do that for future Naughty Dog games? I mean, look at
everything's going to get a remake at this point because it's going to say in development for PC at the bottom. So Last of Us 2 is next. Why should be one? Well, we already got Spider-Man out the way. Miles Morales is next. Uncharted is next.
Look at God of War. God of War went from one of the most gory games in existence, and they won't even let you fight humans anymore. Like,
well, they pacified them.
Yeah,
we're living in a society where toxic masculinity is not the thing, and I get it. That's where we're at right now. We're no longer in the action film guy stage. That's good. I don't care. To be honest with you, if that's where we're moving as a society, the number one medium in which we consume our entertainment is video games. So the video games will reflect our society. Exactly. That's exactly where we are right now. So I'm not going to really get too upset with the fact that they're toning down the gore and they're doing this, that, and the third. And I get that, and I feel that because it has a place in certain things, right? Yeah. And I feel your outrage. Same people ain't making the game. Same people ain't running the company.
Yeah.
And we really got to accept that part.
Right.
Yeah. We're going to see that with Rockstar as well. They're abandoning the frat boy mentality. That's why I'm I don't know what to expect from GTA 6, but
the thing is just the practices of taking your fan base. And somebody told me, well, I'm having fake outrage because I have a PlayStation and I shouldn't care. So if you're getting your butt whipped across the street and I see it, I shouldn't stand up for you. This is the mentality of a coward. You're a coward. That's the mentality of a coward. I don't care just because I got mine, I shouldn't say something. Just because I got mine See, this is the mentality of when they start beating people up and taking people out. You don't say anything because until it's you. Mm-hmm. It affects. If it affects one, it affects all. We are a community. I don't care. I play PlayStation. I play Nintendo. I'll show you stuff that you've never seen before that you didn't know that they had. I'll show you a PlayStation Go, a PSP Go. I got that. You ain't got that. You ain't support the level I did. But what I'm saying is, these practices wasn't done in the past with people that cared about the consumer. And what I'm seeing is this company has put people in place that don't play games.
Right.
That's definitely fair.
They don't identify with you, which games is your hobby and your life. They don't identify with you, so they can use you in any manner that they choose. And if you don't stand up for these practices and you turn a blind eye, it's going to affect you in a manner that you are not going to be comfortable with at some point in time. So if you stand for one, you stand for all. And this is the point in time where you're supposed to stand up for all.
So I named my video, but I had dudes saying, "Oh, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal." Once they do the next showcase, we forgot. No, you're going to forget about it. I don't forget about stuff like this.
I think Dirt's got to go. Dirt, give your opinion.
Yeah, I got to go. I just got called out, bro.
All right, man.
I gotta go to work, man. I gotta get that money, man.
Ray Twins.
Dirt gave his opinion, man.
He gotta give me a PS5.
No, you got
get that extra money.
You got to work a little overtime to get the PS5 now.
Yeah, I gotta work overtime to give me another PS5, man.
Yeah,
I need
you
my
pay that Sony tax to find one. You know what I mean?
All right, fellas, have a good show. I'll be listening, though, man.
Yo, everybody go out and check his new video. His new video is out. He's going to make you pee on yourself again.
I mean, I'm going to be talking that trash, you know. All right, fellas. I'll be listening. Talk to you guys.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and, transition our way into this crazy, because I got a good little couple of topics here. We got a $10 super chat from Killer E305. Sony increased the price of the PS5 $530 so we can drop the price in the U.S. come holiday season to avoid taking a loss for the price drop. Don't be surprised if they increase the price of accessories too. People don't think about accessories. Definitely something that they can increase over time. I mean, right now they're finally getting their own Pro controller, the PlayStation Edge, which is interesting. But let's go and let's talk about this thing. Obviously we don't get to talk about this on ILP this week because there's no ILP. Once again, anyone in the chat, we're having a community day instead of ILP this Sunday. So right now, PlayStation. Hold up. People. You know what's funny, King? People are upset that I don't do timestamps. So now I'm starting to do timestamps during the show. So there you go. There's the timestamp for this one. All right. So PlayStation has bought. Savage Game Studios. Now, for those in the chat, I'm sure that you're like, "What's that?" I'm glad you asked because I didn't know either. Okay. They are a mobile studio that's in Germany. It doesn't. Do you know what kind of games they've made in the past, BitCloud?
Nah, I just know they're mobile games too.
So it's a mobile studio. And then, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about them investing into From Software. That was announced today. Apparently they've invested into From Software. And we know that people, what's funny, King? People acting like because they invested into 15% of From Software that they own From Software. That's not how business works, guys.
No.
They invested into Fortnite. Do you see anything going on there? And they actually own more in Epic than they do From Software. They actually doubled down. I mean, they might have tripled down. I don't know. So it's just like, I want to go to King. I want to ask you, King, when you saw this, because clearly we see PlayStation, they buying too. We see all these companies buying, but we see Xbox buying corporations, buying publishers. And then you see something like this, and it's just, I can't help but to be a little bit disappointed because it's just like, dude, a mobile game. It's just like, I know that I'm sure this is going to change the people who work here's lives. I'm sure, hopefully, their lives will change for the better. But to me, I'm looking at this, I'm like, this isn't the direction I want PlayStation to go. Like, and that's why I feel like when people say stuff like Addict, they have the bangers. That's what's going to keep us going. And I bring up situations where we see with The Last of Us, where they're devaluing on a lot of violence. You see it in God of War. Are we guaranteed these bangers in the future? Especially when they're investing in like the mobile market. Like, Are they trying to make mobile games, or are they trying to make an accessibility for PlayStation to be played on mobiles? What do you think, King?
Okay, I don't think we need to ring the panic bell and saying that they are putting the tone down on the violence when they have games like Seafood would actually just beat them up.
But that wasn't made by them, though.
I mean, but they championed it. They put it in a store like it was part of the ecosystem, and it was something that they actually marketed, right? So
yeah,
I'm not gonna say I'm not at the tipping point yet. I could be in the burning house drinking tea, don't know it. Okay.
So pretty much
right.
You're like, look, we have some of examples. We can't go out the window yet.
Exactly. Let me see some more stuff. Now, Savage Studios, based in Berlin, they make a couple of games. When they went out and got Nixxes, I championed Nixxes because I knew they were diversifying their portfolio to get these games and produce them in the PC market. And I knew that changes how the PlayStation brand, because isn't it weird how when we talk PlayStation, we say Sony, we include Sony and PlayStation's money together. But when we talk Xbox and Microsoft, they want to separate the cash. We're not going to do that. All right. So Microsoft, Xbox, same thing, $1 trillion company, Sony, $1 billion company. And let me explain why I said that. When you got $1 billion and you're going up against $1 trillion companies, you got to make $1 billion guy moves, right?
Which is a lot of moves.
Yeah,
these are some good moves that they're making, and I love the strategic aspects of how Jim is actually able to slide into different situations and maneuver in the way that he's doing. So he looks at stuff that aren't producing and he cuts them off really quickly. Japan, not working, cut you off, split you up, have you do something else. And over here, they needed Nixxes. He knew Nixxes turnaround rate on their games was actually high. They can get a game, they can turn it around at a high quality, and Spider-Man showed that. Spider-Man showed that Nixxes has the chops that they're able to do this stuff and get this stuff turned around at a quick amount of time, because you want to get that money, you want to be in that zeitgeist, right? Now, Savage. Yeah, I know you guys are going to say Microsoft got king when they finished this deal with and a lot of dudes don't
Apparently
know.
People in the chat, King, are saying Savage is a brand new company made 2 years ago, ain't even made a game yet. So you can't even compare them, because like King is an established company.
Game established.
Hold on. Let me attack it.
Okay.
You have a lot of dudes that don't know Activision, Blizzard, King. That's why they say ABK. Some dudes be just throwing out the acronym and don't know what it is. King is the mobile unit of that part, and they have a pedigree. They have chops. They have games that actually make money.
They're a juggernaut.
Microsoft money in that area is founded. That's a proven commodity. Why wouldn't you want PlayStation to see what this company can perform, what they can do, and actually give something back to the PlayStation brand, right? So they go and they invest in this area that they're weak in. We always complain that they don't invest in areas that they're weak in. They don't need to double down on a single player platform game person.
Right, they're already established in the single player. They need multiplayer. They need the other apps. Yeah, they need that too. Yeah.
So now that they're doing it, and I applauded them. I said, "Yo, go do that." For the fools that said 14% inside From Software isn't nothing, let me throw this right back at you. Potentially, they made Game of the Generation, that last game. You know that their next game is going to be Elden Ring. No. The next game is going to be highly anticipated. If it goes to Elden Ring 2 or whatever the hell they make next, is going to be a highly anticipated game that is going to sell gangbusters. So wouldn't you want to have in on that? Wouldn't you want to put money in on that? If you can't buy them outright, this is $1 billion company, not $1 trillion company.
Exactly.
You put money
down.
Relationship.
You build that relationship even further. You expand on that. They already single-handedly killed Horizon by themselves.
So that's a power move. These are power moves when you're moving with a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
Right. And I respect it, and I understand They're trying to survive.
Yep.
So when I say this is the last PlayStation console, and so who cares? I don't care. Is it going to be the last game made by PlayStation? Hell no.
No.
They're going to live on in the way that they transform the business. You're seeing a transformation happen right in front of your eyes. They dip in their hands in mobile. They dip in their hands in PC. They dip in their hands in services.
Yep.
This is the new model going forward.
Yeah, there's already a report of a launcher supposedly that was going to drop. I don't know if you've
In the
seen the
browser.
Spider-Man. Yeah, it was in the
I got
Spider-Man
it.
coat. You seen that? But also they were talking about, like, it was going around that you would probably need a PlayStation Network account to link that and get your trophies, you know what I'm talking, and all that stuff. So they already think in the long-term haul of what you need to do to go forward. And again, it's not a bad thing. It's just business. They see where everything's going. The console sales, yeah, they're up there, right? They continue to do well, but there's a limit to how far you can push a console. A lot of people are just not going to buy a console. You might peak. The highest they got was last year was like what, 120 something?
Yeah, 121.
Yeah, 121 for PS4. I don't think PS5 is going to outdo PS4. It might get up there with 100, like in the 100 range.
I doubt it.
It
you
really
need the
depends.
casuals to do that.
Yeah, there's a lot you need to do, and by the time we start getting into that conversation, this is where Microsoft has that opportunity with just Call of Duty by itself. We already talked about this with aggressive marketing with Game Pass. All you have to do is have a limited edition console and have them legit go on stage and say, yeah, by the way, all Call of Duty games, day one, Game Pass.
Let me ask you a question.
That's it.
Do you remember when PlayStation had the PlayStation Now inside the XBR televisions? And they tested that out?
Yeah.
They did that before Microsoft did it with Samsung and LG.
Yep.
So they tested it out. That thing that we saw that is in my DMs about the browser, that can be an app inside the PlayStation televisions. And Sony, they make the televisions. It doesn't hurt them to put it inside the television and sell it with that controller, a new controller.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just something to think about.
I feel like,
still no update on the showcase, but hey, we get a controller update.
I feel like the From Software thing, that's purely a business move. They want influence in the company and they want profits from the company. I'm sure they'll get some kind of definitives. I don't think that's necessarily anything on a future time. Now they could, instead of doubling down like Epic did, like they did with Epic a couple years ago, for all you know, in the next year, they both feel like they've profited off each other, they've got a good relationship because of what's going on, then they buy them. I don't think that's going to be the case because Tencent bought some from them as well.
Tencent blocked them very quickly.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Tencent knows out of all the Japanese developers right now, like single developers. Now, obviously they have a parent company, but they're definitely still an independent company. From Software is probably the gold mine everyone wants, but no one can get. And I think that, and I think that that's what it is. They're not selling willingly, and I think that everyone, it's kind of like that old days, King, where like in the fairy tales where everyone has to breed like the best gift to the hottest chick in the village to see who she chooses. Like, it was you bring the fat pig to the dad to see who gets the daughter. and it's like everyone's breeding this fat pig known as buying shares to From Software to see who From Software is like, oh, I see you over there, Sony. I see you. I see you, Tencent. I see you. But I ain't giving nothing to any of you. Like this.
They're not. So they're like Ubisoft. They're gonna keep the 51% stake and sell off the rest to the highest bidder.
And I think that when it comes to the mobile thing, I'm conflicted with this. I don't know if they're doing this to make mobile games or they're doing this to get into the cloud streaming infrastructure where you can play PlayStation games on mobile. It could be both. It definitely could be both.
Could be both, I would love to play Spider-Man here.
Yeah, but remember PlayStation showed that like kind of like the Razer Kenshi thing? Yeah. Like they showed their own. So like what's funny is like people sitting there saying, "Oh, what's going to happen when Sony makes a game for PC and and platform, it's going to be less. For some reason, King and BitCloud, I'm sure you've seen this. People have this assumption that AAA developers with $1 million of budgeting can't develop for two platforms at the same time. When publishers have been doing it for decades. So imagine now, since they're going to start making games for PC, then they're going to get that backdoor like, yo, we want you to make this for the streaming platform too. Like,
I can tell you where their fears lie. Their fears lie in the slippage that they've seen in the PlayStation Metascores. That mid 80s, high 80s, this is where the Metascore is right now.
And it sells too, because these games, they're not selling like their predecessors. They're not selling 10 million plus. Like look, I don't think
to get lightning in a bottle twice, especially when you raise the price on it.
I don't think.
Well, yeah, that
exactly. That's what it is.
I don't think we're unless you're Epic. Fortnite is lightning in a bottle after lightning in a bottle.
See, that's the thing. That part right there. That's what you're saying. See, traditionally, we're never going to reach those numbers. But the Fortnite thing is the games of service.
That's true.
You can't be in it unless you can't win it unless you in it, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that Jim says we're going to do 10 games as a service,
10 game service,
and we're going to see how that goes. Listen, I told somebody in the DMs, and they was like, I don't know where they're going. I said, listen, don't be shocked if you see God of War have some multiplayer component to it. Don't be shocked if you see Spider-Man has some multiplayer component to it.
Like co-op or something,
something further than that. I'm talking about an open world where you can play multiplayer Spider-Mans or whoever swinging around.
Oh, like a multiverse thing? Like they'll have like a spin? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
To capitalize on that aspect, because to make these games that cost, at least $100 million or whatever, how much they cost, we don't really know the actual figures, but because marketing and stuff is tied to this stuff. But to make these games, you need to have reoccurring income coming back, because the initial sale point, especially if you're locking them into bundles and stuff like that, is not going to have that hard ROI. That's return on investment, guys, since y'all like microeconomics or macroeconomics. The ROI is not going to be there, but the return on investment is higher on games of a service and multiplayer games that have a reoccurring turnaround base. So there could be some multiplayer aspects to these games that they're not saying, because remember, God of War was supposed to come out in 2021. It got delayed for a reason. Still looks the same.
Yeah.
But got delayed for a reason. And is the reason a multiplayer component that's put on this game that allows you to play at least a 4-player type co-op? Because I remember Sony being envious of Gears of War's multiplayer aspect of the competitions game, because God of War, Gears of War is supposed to be the head up, go against each other type of stuff when they're competing against numbers.
Yeah.
And if they can get a component that is a multiplayer aspect to these games, then they can have that returning investment coming back. So
remember the original with the 9 realms? You only can go to like 3 of the 9 realms, something like that, or 4.
Yeah, I never got.
And the rest was locked. Yeah, you couldn't go to anywhere else. So it's like,
it is still kind of weird that they would even put that as an option. And
like all these spots, but you can't turn the wheel to Asgard. You can't go to. I think you go to Helheim. I don't know if you can go to Helheim. But
Helheim was the place where you did the chest.
You had to go with the chains. You had to go with the
chest
things.
thing. It's like, look, like, I still think PlayStation's in a good spot right now.
Yeah.
But I'm
fine.
curious.
They're not affected yet.
I'm curious where they're going to be in a year and a half to 2 years from now. I'm curious to see how the next iteration of games that comes out on the PS5 come out, because as we saw Horizon come out. It was just an amped up version of Zero Dawn, and I feel like we're getting to that point where Xbox was, where we're seeing sequels. We're not seeing anything new or original. And, Microsoft still has a little bit to go, but I think they have gotten away from that. Sure, you're seeing like Outer Worlds 2 You're seeing, Hellblade 2. But then for those, you got Starfield, brand new IP. You got, games that the outer, Redfall, brand new IP. They are doing a little bit of balance. Now, I have said multiple times, got a $5 super chat for Rubber Knob. Next up, Sony's going to buy 14% of TCL. Yo, imagine if they deemed if that's
Don't
all
TCL make their screens?
Yo, hold up. Imagine that's all King would ever need.
TCL for the
I'm gonna Google that. I'll be right back.
That's all King would need is for them to come out openly and say that we are deeming TCL the place to play PlayStation. Imagine King and how epic he would be that day. He would be uncontrollable. But Avowed, another one. There's plenty of games that we can go through with that. So I mean that I think that's just my curiosity when it comes to it. We got to see exactly what happens in the future with this company. I don't think it's like I said. I don't think we're quite there where it's like the world's on fire.
It's not set in stone yet. They have a lot of stuff they have to do for it to get there, but it's like it's already a ripple, I guess you can say, based on what we've seen.
And a ripple can happen real fast. People don't understand how bad. Like, look, Xbox One. If you were going for the 360 era and you're going from the reputation they had in the 360, you would think that they were going to be fine. But Xbox One, they made a couple bad decisions, and a ripple effect happened, and now we're here at the beginning of the Xbox Series X generation, and they had to spend pretty much 5 years fixing that headache. Yeah. What'd you find, King? What'd you find?
Well, I found out that TCL manufactures and makes everything about their TVs their own selves, and Sony gets panels made from Sharp and Samsung.
Okay. Yeah, so apparently the YouTube's having some issues.
I
hope it's not doing it. I don't know. Sometimes
he's not. Somebody in the chat was saying, you guys don't think Housemarque and everybody. No. Those guys are making game. Housemarque, was it Ben Studio? You said Ben. Everybody's making games. What we're saying is we don't have updates. That's what we were talking about. Like, the biggest update we got from Sony so far was the damn controller. Yeah, but they have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so that's pretty much where I stand with that. I think we need to see a little bit more on that. I don't think I know people like to clown. They bought a mobile company, and Microsoft's buying publishers. I see that. All right, I see that. But I think we need to see a little bit more in terms of what's going to happen in the future.
You move how your wallet tells you to move. They stop acting like Sony has Microsoft Cash. They don't.
No. Nobody's got Microsoft. No.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into the next topic, man. King, we generally do like this game, and I'm kind of curious what your opinion on the matter is. Last of Us Part 1. We just got the Metacritic score today. It's actually scoring lower than its predecessors, and it's supposed to be a better game and all. But that's besides the fact. I'm doing a little bit things behind the scenes to try to fix the stream a little bit.
King, stop.
I'm just saying, man.
Man.
They want me to pull up, man. I'll pull up.
So what I want to know from you guys is, do you think that this is a direct response from just like the lack of trying when it comes to this expansion? No. I mean, of this remake, because I feel like a lot of people felt burnt a little bit.
No.
I mean,
I'm buying it.
You're buying it. See, look, there are people buying it. People are getting it regardless. I'm not. I'm skipping this one. I'm waiting for that price drop.
Yeah, me too. I'm not buying it day one.
Oh, I thought you was getting it day one.
No. We just talked about that. I'm getting it Black Friday or whatever. I'm buying digital
like
whenever
50,
they have a sale.
$40. Yeah. I'll cop it for sure. Yeah. But not for $70. And for what we're seeing, it looks good. They showed off all the comparisons,
good, bro.
Yeah, like even the dock scene, like they showed the dock and how they redid the houses.
I love the water physics.
Yeah, really good. The water physics, all that stuff's great. But it's like, That's really it. It's the same thing. Kofi
I'm
was
a
playing it
graphic
earlier.
orb, man. I'm not looking for nothing different, man. Dress up better, boo. Hey, go get that BBL. Let's make it happen, baby. I'm down for the situation.
Now, how ready are you for that Spider-Man? That's my anticipated. Listen.
What? Which one? Part two?
Part two. And Wolverine.
Short turnaround. Short turnaround. Short turnaround. I expect it to look like, oh, we lost the whole thing.
What the
No,
hell?
it's still up.
And my joint went to a commercial. It never does that.
Let me refresh it. No, it's not.
Listen, I expect it to look like Miles Morales. I thought Miles Morales was an upgrade over Spider-Man. I didn't buy the remaster, so I can't say I frauded and did that because I played the first one. And I don't know if I platinum. I don't care anyway.
I mean, yeah, I don't matter. I just actually played it. Yeah, you can't get in your account. What's wrong with your account?
No, yo.
You lost your password. Did you lose your password?
I lost the email. See, this is how disgusting the PlayStation is when it came to upgrading. Xbox, I did it with all my Xboxes. Yeah. You know, I sell my old consoles and get the new one. Right? I don't need a PlayStation 4 if you told me that y'all believe in generations and we moving forward. So my stupid behind goes in there. I traded in. I wasn't using it anyway. I'm like, go ahead. Now, unless it's a special edition console, I couldn't get my hands on a Spider-Man joint. And I really wanted it. That black and, the red and blue one, really wanted it.
Yeah.
So I went and got rid of it. I go to log into my account. I forgot the email. Right, so I'm thinking you just call customer service. I'm always getting a runaround, bro. And even when it comes to text the agent, I don't know what email it is. And I give them my PlayStation tag. They probably think I'm trolling. It's Xbox 360 Lover 01. Look it up. My name is attached to it. Everything's attached to it. I have 2 games only that I brought digital. And this is why I'm super heated. I brought The Last of Us 2, which is my favorite game on the PlayStation platform.
Yeah.
And I brought Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah. That's what else, yeah.
Those 2. And I never buy digital with these dudes. And I did it, and it's coming back to bite me. So I'm probably gonna have to change my name or whatever. But that's not a rant on that. I'm gonna get this game, and I'm gonna buy it physical because I don't trust Sony. But I see the hard work Naughty Dog did in this, right? And the fact that it lacks a multiplayer component, and when the multiplayer component was a huge part of the original release, and it was at full price at that point in time, I think it was like $59.99. It was justified in the price. Yep. It's like every time they revise this game or remake this game or do something to this game, it loses a little bit of its soul going forward.
Right.
But it's prettying itself up.
Like the remaster for the PS4, it just looks sharper. Yeah, I mean, they made it look sharper. That was about it. It's the same thing. Same thing. Experience.
But sharper.
Yeah. This one, you're getting this full-fledged, like, damn, you look nice. Good. Like Last of Us 2. I was like, okay, looks good, but what about the mechanics? Well, it's like that was the first thing I asked for. I was okay because when they said modernized gameplay,
does it use the DualSense?
Yeah, it uses DualSense. It uses all the haptics, so you get all that stuff. But I'm like,
that's okay. So what you do is you add the $10 to that, right? So you say if it was $59.99 and $60, and then you add the $10 to it. That's the $10 tax. That's the tax right there.
I mean,
but the biggest problem is they took out the multiplayer, right?
Yeah, it's.
The multiplayer it's on par for the price.
Yeah, and they're telling us to wait a year for the new multiplayer. Now, King, let me throw this at you because the new multiplayer is dropping next year.
Right.
What if they do a bundle with this?
I will punch somebody in the face.
You see what I'm saying? You see exactly what I'm going with this. It sounds like about right. Yeah, exactly. Because if you have that game, you bought it day one, or you just bought it in general, you should get that for free because that's a separate experience with that multiplayer. But I think a bundle, it's happening. I believe so. That's
such a dirty look.
I really do think it's happening because we already know deep down, especially Last of Us 2 is going to get a remake. It's going to for just the PC re-release. It's going to happen. But
it's coming,
That multiplayer.
I hope it's part of the games and services. I mean, I'm gonna give them the.
You give it to you. Can't wait too much.
I gotta give them the benefit of the doubt on that games as a service. I think they want to. I think they want to go free to play with that. You understand? I think they want that free to play PUBG money. I think they want that money.
If you're smart, you go free to play. Yeah, absolutely. You let that go. But something tells me deep down you're gonna have to get a bundle, and it's gonna say, the definitive ultimate experience.
I think they will burn I think they will burn themselves. I think they will burn themselves.
I don't think they will. They're gonna do is justify. Well, look, the multiplayer looks more shiny than the last. I'm telling you, that's how dudes are programmed. Dudes are programmed right now, and it's like, I don't want to listen. It's changing.
Listen, I think all the games that they have as games as a service is free to play model.
Yeah,
I think so, and I think that's. I think Addict said it before. I think those games are the ones that they're going to push inside their service, that browser thing, and it's going to be in there, and it won't be in Steam, with the trophies. Like, I think the trophies, I think the reason why they picked up Savage, and they have Nexus, and I think they have Nexus and Savage work hand in hand together in combining the services across the boards.
Yeah.
And I don't think those services will be allowed inside Steam. I think you can still get the games in Steam.
Yeah.
Play the games in Steam, but you won't get your achievements, your trophies, and your stuff like that.
It's not like a separate launcher unless they're working with Steam.
Exactly.
And that's where that launcher comes to play. You have your account linked, and that's going to be part of the, I think it was called PlayStation Beyond the Console initiative. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's the center and it's branded out. So it makes sense because one account, multiple devices. You know what I mean? Like you go through it and you can have like that other,
like Microsoft
sharing. Yeah. I don't know if you can do the sharing thing. I don't know if they're going to have some
things in play.
But you know what I'm talking about? When you have the multiple accounts, you sign in and you get it. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do it. But,
no.
Yes, sorry about that. I had to see. I do I what I'll do is I'll cropped out like Zoom and stuff, and sometimes occasionally what will happen is YouTube will decide, you know what, we ain't gonna work right. So that I have to use my tools to pull back the stream. Okay, instead of making the stream look clean, I'm going to have to just use one zoom and not crop anything. Because what's really going on is I'm having 3 zooms run simultaneously together.
All the people, we had 400 people.
They're coming back. They're coming.
Something must have happened.
Well, so what it was is the stream kept dropping in and out. So it's just like, all right, since YouTube's messing up, I'm going to have to go with just one zoom. And it seems like it's stabilizing. I don't know what was going on. Sometimes YouTube be like that. I don't know.
It's YouTube.
Then the time just popped up for me.
We'll probably be out of here soon.
I'll stick around.
So when it comes to Last of Us, I definitely, I don't see nothing with it. Now I do think it's weird about the trophy situation and stuff in general, but it's just like I think those kind of scenarios just happen. And I don't really look at them too much. Now, if Last of Us 2, I do think it's crazy with the door knocking in thing. I think that's crazy. But as far as anything else, it doesn't really sit too well with me. It is what it is. We'll have to see exactly what happens in the future. But let's go ahead and briefly talk about Deathloop, because clearly YouTube still having issues. I want to go ahead and pass through these a little bit. Let me get these super chats real quick. I apologize. I don't know. You guys know how YouTube is sometimes.
Yeah, it happens.
$5 super chat from Rubbernaut. Shut the VVR off. It's wrecking the stream. Save the TCL.
What's got a TCL sponsor your stream today?
Yeah, got a $2 super chat from Flame. PlayStation shoes are now in 88 loops. Sorry, had to. Wow. $2 super chat from Tech Money. A lot of games that should be 23 will be 24, 25 now. Wow. Guys are crazy, man. Guys are crazy. All right, so let's talk about Deathloop. That's a PlayStation exclusive that is owned by Microsoft. A lot of us expected that it would come to the Microsoft platform now. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. Maybe not now. People expected it next month, but tell me how when the contract ends, it goes on to the PlayStation Plus. Now, to me, King, I don't know how you feel about that, but to me, I see that as Sony knows they're about to lose that marketing deal, and they're coming in the back door. I'm like, okay, right out the back door, we're going to put it in the extra tier because we know next month we won't have any control over this brand. What do you feel?
I think that's the best thing that you can do. I think that's exactly how you fight. I think that's showing that you still got teeth. For your fan base that didn't purchase the game, you get a chance to, hey man, listen, you're not missing out. It's going to be available on the Xbox platform, and maybe they have something written in the contract where it can't go straight to Game Pass right there while it's on the PlayStation service. Listen, Microsoft uses these same dirty tactics on their end, and I tell you, all is fair in love and war. You don't go down. You don't go down easy. Pause. You fight, man. You fight tooth and nail.
Yep.
Because if somebody has a superior product, you got to show value inside your product. I don't care how it goes. You don't let it get off your platform that easy. You see how Microsoft had all the Yakuza games leave in mass exodus at one time. They turned right back around and got them all back in. So
You're right, man. You're right. They got all. It was like 2 weeks. It was like they were probably a grandstand when it come to contracting, and then it's just like they agreed to, okay, just throw them all back on.
But see, you got to say what else is with that, because right after that we got Persona 5 and all these other games that's coming in and with that. So they had to double down with this bread, right? You got to do what you got to do to keep your fan base, because a lot of dudes are probably in the middle of playing the Yakuza games and was like, damn, man, they gone, right? I got to go buy them. Those 2 weeks, maybe some dudes brought, then they come right back. I'm telling you this. If the game is leaving out of your ecosystem and you have a fan base that is going to be in uproar, you don't have nothing. They don't have nothing around this period of time. You keep the zeitgeist. You keep that there. Oh, this is launched in our service. Good. You should show value in your service. So your service got to be strong. If you're charging $18 a month, and Microsoft is about to launch their service at damn near $5 a person.
Yeah.
Show value. So Microsoft can't put it inside Game Pass just yet. We could, and we can keep it off of Game Pass for as long as possible. Give them the money to keep the game there. I don't care what you do to do it. I think that's a great idea. It's fantastic. Regardless to what, I'm going to play it at some time. First of all, let me say one thing. The Phil Dominus Maximus are really expensive. This is the last time I doubt you, sir. The last time I doubt you. I brought Immortal Phoenix Rising because they had it on sale. My stupid behind went and purchased it. It's in Game Pass yesterday. Dear God. Dear God. How many times must the king have to bend the knee to Game Pass and watch his digital cash just flutter in space? I'm not doing it no more. I'm just going to sit back, relax, and wait for the stuff to show up. I'm not doing it no more. Save my money for Fortnite.
Go on for Fortnite.
Yeah. Me and Addict has been hardcore.
By the Kamiyamiya, or should I say the Kami?
That has been, Bit, I'm going to tell you now.
What has been the biggest used thing?
That level of integration.
Yeah,
they have
put
everybody. Dragon Ball Z into it. I'm talking about every aspect of Dragon Ball Z. Is
the
in
Nimbus,
there. And they show, we sitting there, I'm watching cartoons straight, just not even playing the game, watching shows.
Yeah, we're talking about like the legit cartoon.
The legit show.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And you can do it with your headset on, talking to people. It's ill. It's ill where we at as from where this medium came from.
Right. It went from such a small thing to this global juggernaut. It's insane how many deals they've had, even with Avengers, with the Infinity, remember that with Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet? They had so much stuff. The black hole thing.
This is
crazy.
This is a phenomenon that I don't know how it stops, but it's absolutely nuts. So yeah, I'm addicted to that. The Addict was talking to me today. He's like, "Yo, you gonna get on Fortnite later?" I was like, "Damn, I got stuff I got to do." My girl looked right at me and was like,
"No, you ain't."
But yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, Deathloop is what's up.
Yeah, I actually really like Deathloop. I think it was a fantastic game. There's actually a review for it on this channel. Loved it. Experienced it. I thought it was a fantastic PlayStation exclusive. I think it's a good example of what Arcane can do for Microsoft in the future if they're properly funded. And it's just, I think that stuff like Psychonauts, Starfield, these games were bought at the tail end of their development. And even some games, like Deathloop, didn't really benefit the Xbox brand because it was on a competing platform. What they don't show in exclusivity, they show in what these games have to offer and what the developers have to offer for the Xbox brand and what their future games can actually do. And I think if you look at these games, there's no denying it that, you know, these are very talented studios and you're going to see them continue this draft. Now, obviously you're seeing stuff that some of these studios make that some of you might not like. For instance, I know that same Grounded, not a big Grounded fan. But I do recognize that if you don't
There's
give these
for everybody.
it's not even that. If you don't give these developers creativity to exercise that muscle, then they're going to go somewhere else that they can.
That's true.
And that is part of the point in keeping and retaining these talented individuals is sometimes like, look, we might clown on the passion projects. Some of us might not like some of them. I prefer Obsidian to make RPGs. But when you give someone the ability to make something that they've been really passionate about, the chances of him going away is pretty low at that point. He's probably going to stay around because he gives that ability. And I think that's what we need to really focus on more is the fact that they do have these features. And Deathloop will come to Xbox eventually. I'm confident.
It's a great game. It's a great game, has a great story. The overall voice acting is some of the best in that game too. It's a really good game. I thought it was going to be I had my doubts when I went and played it, but I was like, you know what? Ended up being one of my most enjoyed games of that year. It was very, very good.
Yeah, so you know, there ain't nothing really talk about that, man. I do appreciate everyone for coming through. We're gonna go ahead and get this last topic out the way, man. We're gonna get the last topic. Xbox Family Xbox Family and Friends Game Pass. There's a lot of people who I think it's interesting, the name. It's a very interesting name. I'm kind of curious why they chose that name. I kind of feel like they knew that people used game sharing the way it wasn't originally intended to, and they didn't want people. I know people that won't game share because they think it's illegal. They literally dead ass think it's illegal, because it wasn't initially used the way that the way Microsoft promoted it as. So I think that's the reason they wanted to come out openly, wanted to have strong wording, strong phrases. That's like, you guys can use this with your friends. I'm interested because rumored right now would be $25. Do you guys, one, think that's a very valid price point? We'll start with BitCloud. And two, do you think this is going to amp up those numbers, especially if, within the next year and a half to 2 years, we might see a price increase with Game Pass? Because I think we are coming close to that. We're coming close to a price increase. Like,
if it's 25, I don't think you're going to see the price increase yet, especially after what Sony just did. It's all about optics at this point. You stay away from that. I think they're going to do that price increase when you start seeing the stuff drop for Game Pass, like the good stuff, like, stuff that people were waiting for, like the Activision and everything else. But I don't think you're going to see the price increase yet. But it's good. It looks good.
Do you think that with something like this, it will be more? Because I do think there's a lot of people that would do Game Pass, but they're not able to. They it's one thing to ask someone for $1, ask someone to do something for free. First off, you got to put your credit card information. A lot of people feel very weird doing that. They don't want to do that anymore.
They do. Like, I link mine. Like, even on PSN, I do that PayPal joint. I don't put my.
A lot of dudes don't have credit cards.
Yeah, that's true too. So I think it's a lot easier to be like, yo, add me on to your family plan. I'll toss you that money every month.
Yeah, it's smart. It's a smart way of getting those numbers. It's a nice way of doing it. Like, I'm all for it. What they're doing this now, they're probably gonna lock it based off your probably off your region, if I remember correctly. Unless they're opening it all the way up. I'm not sure, but $25 again, that's a steal. You can get like 5 accounts, 4 accounts. Yeah, isn't that ironically, isn't that similar to what Netflix does in the high tier? You can have like 4 devices or 5 devices. So yeah, it's about right.
Copying the model.
Yeah, it's about right. Yeah, you make it in your own. Yeah, that's fine.
What do you think, King? Because I know me and you, we did a little skit on ILP last Sunday. Which, first off, I want to thank everyone for the welcoming of the Lord's going to TikTok. We posted a little bit. Yeah, we on TikTok now. And what's funny is I was cutting it up, man. I didn't realize
yacht. It's on TikTok. He got a yacht.
Yeah, I didn't realize, King, how funny that child support segment was.
Which one?
The child support segment where we say,
we
say, man, we say it's gonna be including your child support. Like, I think that this is excessively useful when it comes to wild spread families, people that didn't rap it before they tapped it in their 20s. Now they got 10, 15 kids. I think this is definitely something good. What do you think, King? What do you think?
I think this is for the families. If you're a gamer, and the majority of the people that are growing up now has been around games or in games, right? We come from, let's say, the last 20 to 30 years. If you're in that bracket, you're 20 to 30 years old, you should have a stable job at this point in time. You should have been exposed to video games at some form of fashion. You probably at the point where you're starting a family or in the middle of a family, or you're joining a family, or you have siblings that are off to school and they don't have the cash at that point in time to buy games.
Yeah.
Right. This is what I do with my son. I have 2 kids in college, and I have a son that's here. And what I do is, me and him was game sharing anyway.
Right.
And I saved on that, and I have both daughters game share. Right. So you're looking at
oh wow, look at you. I thought you only had one son. See, look at you.
No, I got 2 sons. My oldest son. I'm going to add him when I buy the family thing. Listen, let me throw something your way, because he already starting his family. He had no kids yet, but he has a girlfriend, and I'm pretty sure at some point in time he's gonna slip up. So throw this to you, because diapers ain't cheap. Throw him a Game Pass, alley oop to him. I think somebody at Microsoft looked at all the models that were out there, all the business models, and Netflix is being one of the primary business models when it comes to streaming. It's not the same medium, but it's adjacent. And the fact that you can look at it and you say, listen, I get a 1 subscription on the highest tier, and you get 4 different devices. Netflix knew you was cheating before anyway.
Oh, yeah.
What they did was they allowed you to do it. They raised the price to make it affordable for